Hey guys, so we're going to show you how to make this really cool overnight sleeping bag pillow thing that we came up with, not necessarily on our own, but we wanted to show you how we made ours, and we love it because Briley gets up in the middle of the night and she can bring it into our room and just go to sleep on our floor so she doesn't crawl into bed with us. To start, you're going to want to find a soft fabric that you want to use for the laying part, and some type of comfy, thicker fabric to go in between for padding. I used double-sided fleece, or 2 layers of fleece. And then finally a cute decorative fabric to go on the bottom, and I also made it soft. You need something for a pocket if you want a pocket, and fabric for straps. You also need fabric that is going to go on one side, which is your blanket. So to start, we're going to make the straps. Just to get those out of the way, you take your fabric and fold it in half and then sew along the raw sides. Turn it inside out, which is probably the most tedious part, but I sped it up. So iron it flat, and then you're going to hem the 2 sides so that it's all finished looking. Next, you're going to finish your pocket to get that ready to sew onto your fabric that's going to be on the outside when you roll it up. So to start, we are going to double hem the top of it. So fold it over 2 times and iron it flat. And then you're going to fold over the sides and the bottoms 1 time and iron that flat. So once that is all ironed, you're going to just sew along those to keep those folds down. And you're going to take it and sew it on to the fabric that's going to be on the outside, and then you're going to just kind of put the pocket to the side and not really worry about it. Now that we're done with that, this is the most complicated part. You're going to take all 3 of your fabrics where they come together, your liner, your inside, and your outside, and you're going to sew them at the short side. We made just one big long rectangle, and you can make it as long as you want it and as wide as you want it. And once you have that sewn together, you can see how the bottom fabric comes up longer than the other 2 fabrics. That's to make our pillow, and I picked a very soft fabric so that it will be super comfortable. So the next part is you want to make sure your blanket is all hemmed so that it's ready and finished before you attach it to the inside of your sleeping bag. You don't have to do this part, but I thought it was pretty cool that you could have it sewn in so that you don't have to worry about bringing a blanket. So you want to lay your blanket on top of your bottom fabric, and then you're going to fold in one side so that it won't get sewn in. And I took some pins and just pinned it so that I didn't have to worry about it accidentally getting in the way. So just ball it up and stick some pins in, and then you want to pin it alongside that, the bottom part of your sleeping bag. And then you're going to unroll and make it, it's kind of like making a pillow, but it's a little bit more complicated because you've got lots of layers and you got to get them all in the right spot. So there is that layer, which is the outside, and then your padding layer. So you're going to make that all, and you're going to pin it all the way around, and you're going to sew all 3 sides except the bottom. So you can do like a 1-inch sewing hem all the way around the 3 edges, but just don't do that end because you're going to need space. So you'll see that your fabrics don't line up because you've got the blanket in between them. So just make sure you pin it evenly, and it'll be all lumpy until you turn it right side out. So we're going to go ahead and just sew that. So now that we have it sewn, you can see that it's kind of like a big sleeping bag, but it's inside out. So all you have to do is turn it right side out, making sure you're turning from the 2 decorative parts and not your padding, because otherwise you'll get a really wacko pillow. So here's what it looks like now, and it's almost finished. You'll see that our pillow has nothing in it, and our blanket's all sewn on, and our pocket is sewn on, and it's looking pretty good. So the next part is to get stuffing in our pillow all the way to the point where you want the bed to start. So the best way to do that is to send in your child and make her go all the way inside and just start stuffing away. This is a fun way to get your kids involved. I always like to try to get my kids involved in my projects, and and anything that's not going to hurt them, that's good. So now that we have it all stuffed, you can see that we're going to try to sew down between the blanket and the pillow. So you just want to pin along that, let your child fluff it up before you do that so that it looks really nice, and test it out. Don't forget to test it out. And then once that's done, you're going to sew alongside that pillow, which I didn't show you, and you're going to hem the bottom by putting in your straps. And that is it. It's probably one of the harder projects that we made, but it's fabulous and the kids love it. So don't forget to subscribe. We'll be doing lots more DIYs. Panda loves this project too.